Hello everyone, I am Rakesh Kumar Nayak. I welcome all of you in this satellite system lectures. So today we have in the last class what we have seen a little bit about the introductory part of the satellite communication. What do you mean by the satellite communication? Why it is required? We have also seen some key parameters like what is an orbit, repeater, transponder. What do you mean by the uplink frequency, downlink frequencies? We have seen a little bit related with the satellite communication. Like we have seen this paper written by the Clark. We have seen the moon as a reflecting surface, copper needle, Project Westford. So we have seen this Project Westford. We have talked about the different satellites. We have talked about the Eco 1 and Eco 2. Okay, we have also talked about the Intelsat. We talk about some of the Indian Earth station and some of the heavy Earth station also we have talked. So in the last class we have wind up our classes with this some timeline. Okay, we have discussed the different timeline the history of this Intelsat. We have seen the ISRO timeline, also the progress from 1962 today's what the things are going on. We have also seen the NASA, timeline of the NASA also. We have also seen this New Zealand pupils. They have made a very good timeline from the 1905 to this history timelines. So these are the different timelines. If you really want, you can go through these timelines. So let me today we can start our video with a very small. Today we can start our this class with a very small video. Let me go through that video first. Okay, so let's start our video with this small video. This is a video of a 50 year. This is news18.com. Some videos was there. So 50 year of an ISRO. Let me start this video first. Then we will go through our class.
2, 1, 0.
There's a movie being made on it. It's created history. There are YouTube videos on why it's the next best after NASA. ISRO completes 50 years, and we look down the memory lane for its landmark achievements alongside what was happening at India at that time.
Indian National Committee for Space Research, formed by the Department of Atomic Energy in 1962 with the urging of scientist Vikram Sarabhai. It goes on to become Indian Space Research Organisation in 1969. Apart from the launching of Aryabhat, ISRO becomes a governmental organisation.
Also in this year, Indira Gandhi declares a state of emergency in which the press is censored and 1 lakh people are jailed.
Rohini becomes the first satellite to be placed in orbit by an Indian-made launch vehicle, SLV-3.
The first non-Congress party had swept to power in 1977. In December 1984, a deadly gas leak leads to the Bhopal gas tragedy, killing over 6,500 people.
The INSAT and IRS series are continued to be launched by ISRO. INSAT is a series of multi-purpose geostationary satellites built and launched by ISRO to satisfy the telecommunications, broadcasting, meteorology and search and rescue needs of India.
This is the first visit to China by an Indian Prime Minister in 34 years. In 1989, militancy grows in Kashmir, followed by an exodus of Kashmiri Pandits.
Technology experiment satellite of ISRO, BIRD of Germany and Proba of Belgium launched into their intended orbits.
A devastating earthquake that ripped through Bhuj.
It measured 6.8 on the Richter scale and left 20,000 dead.
A couple of years later, Koi Mil Gaya released, and we're pretty sure ISRO scientists will tell you that singing will not get you an alien friend.
Chandrayaan-1 became the first lunar mission to discover existence of water on the moon.
Terror gripped Mumbai like never before.
Lashkar-e-Taiba carries out deadly attacks in Mumbai, including at Taj Hotel. Abhinav Bindra becomes first individual Indian to win gold at Olympics.
The Mangalyaan, if you remember, had successfully entered Mars orbit this morning, making space history.
India becomes the first nation to succeed on its maiden attempt to Mars, and ISRO the fourth space agency in the world, as well as the first space agency in Asia to reach Mars orbit.
In 2014 Indian elections, India comes to power with Narendra Modi becoming the Prime Minister.
ISRO sets a world record.
Well, India's biggest tax reform, goods and services tax, will be launched at midnight today at the Central Hall of Parliament.
As of today, Chandrayaan-2 has left Earth's orbit and is on its journey to the moon.
In 2019, Modi sweeps by a huge mandate and returns as the Prime Minister of India.
Okay, so this was a very small video. I wanted to just show to all of you. So this is taken by this particular channel. I just watched this video and I thought this is one of a very good video to show all of you that how the India has the ISRO has made a journey. So I found this video was very interactive. That's why I put this video in your lecture. Satellite communications are very important and India has played a very, very big role. So again, we are going to discuss most of Indian parts in our this lecture series. That's why I want to show you again another news channel, that BBC. They have also put it, make a very small 2 minutes video. So let me play this video, then we will start.
India has an ambitious space program with a plan to send an astronaut into space in 2022. It would only be the fourth country to do so. But why is India investing in space? It's an eye-catching policy, and there's certainly an element of national pride. India's space agency says it wants to harness space tech for national development and research space science, and to explore planets. But sending an astronaut into space has its critics for a country with such high levels of poverty. However, sending people out of the Earth's atmosphere isn't the only reason India's sending rockets into the sky. In fact, it's very big business. The main focus of which is the launching of satellites into Earth's orbit. And the programme's funding is right up there in the league table of countries with commercial space programmes. It's a multi-million-dollar industry generating many thousands of high-paying technical jobs and stimulating growth through big contracts in commercial industries. The Indian government currently invests over $1 billion in its space program. That's around 0.4% of its annual budget. With that funding, India has become what is known as a low-cost space power and one of the main destinations for companies and other countries to launch satellites, over 260 so far. These satellites support global telecommunications and have uses in monitoring crops and weather systems. Manned missions and space exploration to the moon and other planets is another matter entirely, as the Indian government often sees its mission to send an astronaut into space as a measure of its position as a global power. But is that enough to silence critics?
We do need to have a space program to launch satellites, for instance, which do lots of good for people in India and people on Earth. But I just don't see any real benefit of a manned mission when many other countries have done this already.
Exploration has its critics, but we humans are born explorers. For some, it's about finding new places and stretching human imagination. For others, it's about resources and the survival of our species.
Okay, so again, in this small video of BBC News, you can also see that India become one of the superpower. The ISRO has given a very tremendous amount of effort in the space research, in this space war. So not we can say the war, in the space race. So India was the one of the country, he has launched more than 260 satellites, and there are lots of the things which we are going to talk in this particular the series of lecture, and we are also going to discuss some of an ISRO thing, that Indian thing. We are very rich in the satellite system, so we try to focus on the Indian thing also. So let's go to the some advantage of the satellite communications. When we talk about the advantages, it is very already we have discussed in our starting lecture that the broadcast to the very large area. So if you remember, we have talked that when we use the satellite, so the whole Earth, this whole Earth is covered by only the 3 satellites. So these 3 satellites are capable to cover the whole area, whole Earth. Then we are able to broadcast to a very large number of area. So the first advantage what we have using this satellite communication is we are able to transmit, we are able to cover the broad area. The broadcast can be done in the whole Earth. So the area cover is very large, so we do not have that connectivity issue. Although it's a line of sight communications, there are some advantages also. We are going to discuss some of the disadvantages, but the one of the the greatest advantage is that we are able to cover a very broad area, and broadcast is possible into a very large area. So we are also, when we talk about this large area, we are able to access the remote areas like in Himalaya, like the Arabian Seas, and lots of the places where we are not able to install another mode of a communication system or the conventional communication system, like your mobile communication or your optical fiber, which is very difficult to put it into that particular place. So we are able to cover a very large area. The setup time is very quick. Okay. So with the bandwidth demanded, so let me give the example. It is again a very big advantages that this setup time is very very less time. For example, let me give you an example. If we can talk about the tsunami in the Odisha, or we can see the earthquake in the Bhuj in the previous video you have seen, when they are going through this 50 year of an ISRO. So at that particular places also you can see it's very difficult to reinstall everything, this conventional communication system. It's very difficult to reinstall everything. If the tsunami has came, it will just wash out all the infrastructure. If the this earthquake has came, it will also wash out lots of the things. So this type of the problem will came. So if the satellite will be there, immediately we are able to make the communications, we are able to make the connection. So the setup time will be very less. We can also take an example. If we consider, let's consider about this Gwalior stadium. So in this Gwalior stadium, if some international cricket match is going on, so many pupils will come at that time. So suddenly the number of people will increase. So because of that, if we required a larger bandwidth, we have to provide the connectivity to the larger number of the pupils. Then also we are able to connect it very easily, very fastly. So this setup time is very quick. That's why we can use it. This is the one of the very big advantage, that apart from this, all the lots of the things are going on, then also we are able to this setup, our setup will be very quickly. Okay. It provides the fairness of the services. Services are also very very good. You can compare with the normal communication system in the conventional communication system. So the whatever the service is provided, that is also very good. I think we can share one magazine. International Telecommunication Union has published a magazine in 2019. We can see that in magazine also lots of the points are there. In the 5th generation communications, we are using the satellite communication. Satellite communication are used everywhere. So there are some of the points which we can highlight in this video also. So that's why it is also very important. So this is one of the very big advantages, that it will provide a lots of services. We can talk about the applications in our next slide. The life is also very long. So once you launch your satellite, once it is placed in the orbit, then the working of this satellite will be more than 15 to 20 years. So we do not have to worry for the 15 to 20 years. So although some maintenance are required, so that maintenance will be always done, but the replacement is not required. In most of the time in the normal communication system, or you can say when we talk about the optical fiber, and we talk about the C-link. So in this C-link, this maintenance cost is very high. So here the maintenance cost is less, life is long. When we put the optical fiber, again we have lots of problem. When we put the C-link to make the global communication, then also it's a very lots of the problems are there, because lots of the things are going on in the Earth's surface. Okay, so because of that, it is very difficult to maintain all these things. So the life is also very long. So that is also one of the very good advantages of the satellite communication. Although there are some disadvantages also. the launching cost is very high. If we can say about the disadvantages, so the launching cost is very high, initial cost is very high, and then again it is possibilities are there that whatever we are going to launch, maybe they are not going to put into the perfect place, and it's going to be succeeded. So again, if it is in a fail, the launching is failed, we are not able to put into the particular orbit, then also that is a loss of an the economy is also going to affect it from that. So that is some of a disadvantage. Also, when we talk about this the capacity, when we talk about the capacity, we are not going to increase the capacity extensively. Like in a mobile communication, we are going to increase the lots of the people's 100 to 1000 to lakhs and lakhs to millions. We are just going through that, but we cannot increase the capacity infinitely in the two-way communications, where both the transmitter and receivers are going to happen. For broadcasting purpose it is very good, but for receiving and broadcasting purpose, maybe the capacity cannot be increased extensively. Okay, so these are some of the disadvantages, also some of the advantages also. You can also make some points. So let's go to the next slide and talk a little bit about the applications where we can use this the satellite. We can use the satellite. So let's talk a little bit about the applications. So we have a different set of an application. For example, we have weather forecasting. In weather forecasting also we have different satellites. India also have different satellites. I will go to the ISRO website, and then I will show you some of the applications area. So weather forecasting is there. We have radio and TV broadcast. So lots of DTH what you are using, that is also provided by these satellite applications direct to home. That is a satellite based TV system what you are going to use nowadays. Lots of the military satellites are there that are dedicatedly used for the military purpose. For example, if we say the Navik, India has the navigation system. Although in the different applications we have this navigation system, but in this navigation system, this navigation satellite or the Navik satellite which India has, they also reserve some of the bandwidth for restricted services. Okay, so civilian services, after the civilian services, they are also restricted for the reserve services, and in these reserve services this military peoples are going to work. So they are going to do lots of the things. The military peoples are also doing lots of the things with this military satellites. So we have the navigation system. The navigation system, again, it's a big advantage. It will give you lots of the navigation kind of nothing, like the aeroplanes are there. So these aeroplanes, not only the aeroplanes, we can see the ships also. These navigations are there. We are able to find the path, and we are able to reach from one country to another country. So the possibility of losing the path, that is almost negligible. Previously what happened, lots of the flight will go into the one country to other country, and they will lost somewhere. They didn't know where to go. So because of this navigation satellites, this all the GPS kind of a thing, this navigations thing, we are able to reach to the perfect destinations. Whether we can use the air as an our media, or we can use the sea as a transportation thing. So navigation is also one of the very good example of the satellites. Global telephony is also one of the very big example of satellite communication. So when we talk about the global telephony, we are able to communicate globally, not only from India to US or India to India. We can talk everywhere, anywhere. Okay, connecting to the remote areas, as we have given the example in our first class, when we talk about the Himalaya. So most of the things are, when we talk in the previous lecture, most of the things are related with your business and economy. If you are not able to generate a large amount of revenue, they are not going to provide the things. So the conventional communication system cannot be worked into the area where the pupils are living very less. 10 pupils per kilometer, if the population density is very less, the pupils are not want to invest the money into that particular places, because they are not able to generate the revenue. So at that particular place, we are able to connect with the the remote areas. We are able to connect. So lots of the services are also provided using this. we have again the global mobile communication system. So in mobile communication, here this global telephony, maybe it's a fixed system. Here the mobile communication system also it will provide, where the the base stations are movable, where the pupils are movable. So it will also provide the some of the global mobile communication system. So let me go to the ISRO website once again. Then we will see some of some of the portions. So let's go to this ISRO website. Once you go to the ISRO website, you can see lots of the things are there. So right now we are not going to talk about the mission or the spacecraft. We are not going to see. What we are going to see here is the applications. Okay. So when we talk about the applications, you can see here the 3 different category of the applications are provided by the this satellite system, in the Indian satellite system that ISRO is providing. So first is your Earth observation, second is your satellite communication. So lots of things are come under this Earth station. When we talk at the previous slide, there are different applications. So उनमें से जो application, बहुत सारी applications क्या हैं, इस अर्थ ऑब्जर्वेशन के अंदर में ही आ जाती हैं. सैटेलाइट कम्युनिकेशन के अंदर में नेविगेशन भी आ जाता है, टीवी ब्रॉडकास्टिंग भी आ जाता है, मोबाइल कम्युनिकेशन भी आ जाता है. सो इट इज द सैटेलाइट कम्युनिकेशन इज इन अ ग्रुप वेयर लॉट्स ऑफ सब ग्रुप्स आर देयर और लॉट्स ऑफ द सब services are provided. Similarly, we have this disaster management support also. So these are the 3 different area where the ISRO has looking very actively. They are looking in this particular part. So let's go to the Earth observation system first. So if you see, this is the Earth observation system. So in Earth observation system, we have the agriculture and soil. These are some of the applications what the Earth observation system has done. So let me go to this particular bottom. So the first part is the agriculture and the soil. So ISRO has launched some of the satellites which are dedicatedly see all this agricultural thing, and they are able to measure the soil. They are able to know the quality of the soil, whether this soil is more fertilized or not, whether the agriculture which type of crop we can put into this particular field. So this all the things are done by these satellites. We have this renewable energy. We are able to measure which of the portions we are able to make as a different renewable energy sources, like where the heat is more, where we can find the wind, and where we can put this wind. Okay, this forest and environment is also going to taken care by this Earth observation satellites. We have these are the different applications. So this rural development, urban development, water resources. So these are the some of the things which is very important. For example, if you can see the water resources. So where are the water resources? Sometimes what happened, it's very difficult to observe where are the water resources. Maybe it's a hidden to the government. The pupils are not able to know where are the water resources. Whenever we talk about the town planning or the city planning, we are able to observe the Earth from the satellite. Okay, which are the areas are there, how we are going to make. If you remember, when India and Pakistan was divided, so randomly they have put it the line in between India and Pakistan. They didn't measure it. They didn't plan it perfectly. This part should be here, this part should be there. So that's why you can see in the map, it's the random lines are there, not it's the straight line, or the good shapes are not there. It's a random lines are there. Why? Because we are not able to see everything, and we are not able to make a very the good kind of nothing. So this development are there, urban development, rural development, where the city plannings are there. So in these type of applications, we are able to observe the Earth surface, and we are able to plan accordingly that how should be. You can see, you can go to the Google map, and you can see there are some city which are very they are planned very accurately. So that can be done using this the urban development, rural development. We have this ocean science things are also there. With this ocean science, we are able to find lots of the resources. The minerals are there, the fishes are there, lots of the things are there in the ocean science also. We are able to go to this the land resources, like which type of the land we are able to use for which kind of resources. This particular land is full of which type of resources and everything. So there are lots of the applications. If you can see into the Earth observation system, so we have a very different Earth observation satellites. So let me go to the go to the some of these things are there. So these are some of the application satellite. North eastern space applications are there. We have this there are lots of the things are there. So let me go to this agriculture and soil first. So here also you can see this is a kind of photographs they are able to get in the mid November. They will got this type of photographs. Okay, so again in the early December they will got this type of photograph. In early January they will got this type of photograph. So here you can see this photographs has the improved, and they are able to know, they are able to observe, okay, which kind of things are there. So they are able to accurately measure this everything. Maybe all the pupils who are related, who has a little knowledge about the remote sensing, they are able to understand how the satellite will work for this the remote sensing kind of an application. So this is a kind of a remote sensing application. So this is the Indian remote sensing data for crop monitoring, how they are monitoring this crop. Okay, so there are different other things are also there. We are not going to all of this. Let's talk about this, the land resources. We will see. So these are some of the the places they are able to know, which is the land uses, use the land cover charge in 2005 to 17. So these are some of the photographs where they are able to know which kind of resources are available. You can increase, and let me increase a little bit. Okay, no, so that is not working. Okay, land use cover. Okay, so this is a land of Telangana. So these are one of the map. We can see there are different applications are there. Okay, so these are some of the some of the applications. Let's go to this governance and see how it will be there. So here also they are able to observe the thing, they are able to monitor the thing in 2009, how it will be in 2015, after that how it will be. Here they are able to know what are the things are there in between this forest. So you can see there are lots of the things are there, the monitoring of this water set development under the IWMP. So this is some kind of an example where we are using this satellite communications in different applications also. Okay, so this is some of the water resources. So here also lots of datas are we are not able to see. If maybe we are going for this remote sensing, we are able to observe everything. So these you can see this is are the water resources in India what we have. Okay, so let me close this particular tab and let's go for the another application which is related with the satellite communication. So here in the satellite communications you can see we have a very different satellites. Like we have the different applications in telecommunication, telemedicine, we have the tele-educations, we have mobile satellite services, radio networking, village resource center. So we have these different the services or the applications are there. So let me go through the one of the application like the telecommunication. So you can see here lots of GSAT or VSAT are there. These are the network which are operating. Okay, we have this telemedicine also with the help of this the satellite communications. The pupils are the doctors are able to know what kind of things are there. So you can, if you want, you can see this also. We have lots of different service also, like radio networking is there. We have a mobile satellite services are there. You can see some of the different satellite they are using, like an S band satellite, like a C band satellite they are using. Let's talk about this navigation system also. We have this satellite navigation system. So India has two navigation system. One is in a Gagan, you can see this is the Gagan, and the another one is a Navik. Navik is also used, that is the Indian National Navigation System, Indian Regional Navigation System. So India has the two navigational services. One is in a Gagan and second was in a IRNSS. So Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System. So these are the two navigation satellite we have. Again, I have told you, some of you may know, the Navik has come into the picture after the Kargil war. In the Kargil war, the support from the US was not that much. India has asked the locations in the in Kargil hills. So America has declined. They have the satellite system, they have the GPS system, so they have the navigation system. They decline the request of India, and they do not provide any coordinates. They do not provide any locations. So at that time we lost lots of the military wealth, and lots of the things are happened. So after that, Indian government has decided to make our own navigation system. So this IRNSS, it came into the picture in 2016, but the work has started from after the Kargil war in 1999. After that, India has started working on that. Right now India has their own regional navigation system. So that is one of the very great achievement, that now we have our own navigation system. We are not worried much about the neighbors and this navigation system. So we have all the locations and coordinates in the land up to in the border, after the border up to 1500 kilometers, we are able to see everything. And the resolution is also very high when we talk about this regional navigation system. So resolution is very high, very good resolutions are there. So now in the field of navigation system, India is a kind of an independent. We are not dependent on the US or any other agencies. Okay. So that is also one of a very big part. We can go through this television also. The televisions are also there. So in televisions also, lots of the televisions are there where we are using the direct DD networks are there, DTH are there. This Intelsat are working into the KU band, 75 KU band transponders are working. This INSAT, GSAT, they are used for your TV broadcasting, your DTH services. So these are some of the applications related with the satellite communication system. Let's go to the other applications which is related with the disaster management. So when we talk about this disaster management, we can see we have this cyclone, we have a COVID-19 app, we have 2018 disaster. So there are lots of the things where also these satellites are able to help a lot. Okay, so maybe you can see this cyclone kind of a thing here. So this is a part of India. You can see these cyclones are there. The cyclones are there. So we are able to observe the thing here. Some names are also there. Like this is the Nagpur. This is the MP part. So we are able to know which are the area are going to affected with the help of this satellite system. So we are able to know this very very different things also. So in 1999, this was in the Bay of Bengal. This is the Odisha. You can see there are some photographs are there, but with the help of the satellite system, we are able to do this weather forecasting also. We are able to know what kind of the problems are going to come. We are able to manage this disaster. So this is one of the very great area where the ISRO has working a lot. You can also see in the COVID-19 situations also this satellite communication has helped a lot. They are able to provide you all this data, whatever the data we have. You can see here how the pupils are affected, how many pupils are affected, how they are, means you are able to know all these updates and everything. So in the COVID-19 also, right now we all are facing this big problem. So here also the satellite communications is helped a lot. They are working a lot. So you are able to get all this data, that is with the help of ISRO, we are able to update all this data. So you are able to see everything here also. So this is a kind of work we are able to get from this satellite communication in the satellite system. Okay, so these are some of the examples. You can see these are we talked some of the applications. I have just opened the ISRO website so that you are able to know which are actually satellites are working in the area of the development of India. इंडिया में जो है ना कहाँ पे किस तरीके से इसरो काम कर रही है, वो सारा का सारा चीज़ जो है आपको यहाँ से पता चल गया होगा. थोड़ा सा आपको आइडिया लग गया होगा कि जो है ना सैटेलाइट इज वन ऑफ अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ द इंडियन, नॉट ओनली द इंडिया, एनी कंट्री, द इकोनॉमिक में भी जो है ना बहुत सपोर्ट करता है, और आपका बहुत सारे जगह पे ये जो है ना हेल्प करता है. देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ एप्लीकेशंस. So I also told you that I am going to explain one of the the magazine I want to show you. So let me show you a small magazine, then we will stop our this class. Okay, so let's come to this particular part. This is the International Telecommunication Union news magazine. It is published in 2019, which I wanted to show you. So this is basically this whole magazine is related with evolving the satellite communication. So here you are able to see here the one statements. I will just quote some of the statement, then I will close this the classes. So here what they have written very correctly. Near every industry rely upon the satellite technology in some way, from agriculture to the banking to transportation. So we are using this satellite into almost all and each and every area of the field. We can also see some of some of the part. We can see the mobile satellite systems are there. We have different applications are there. So I will give the link of this particular magazine into the description box also. You are able to see the satellite communications are everywhere, but all too often remain invisible to the general public. So we can say maybe you people are not aware that in COVID-19 these satellite communications are helping a lot, but again we didn't know, but it is there, right? So here is also this thing is there. The satellite communication are everywhere, but we all too often remain invisible to the general public. So we are not able to see all these things. So but everywhere we are using this satellite communications. We have lots of the things are there in the satellite development. We have the mobile satellite system. Okay, you can see the global demand for the broadband communication countries continues. In the location is specific, you can see there are lots of the things are there. So if you really interested, you can go through this particular document where you can see lots of the things are there. So let me do not go to all this all this magazine thing, but again what I am saying that the applications of the satellite communication is increasing day by day, and it is very very interesting to know that in the satellite communications almost each and every industries are in some way they are connected. Okay, even in the 5th generation communications we are talking, or we are talking about the 5th generation the system technology, there also this all this satellite communication play a very important role. So this is a kind of an example of mobile satellite. Okay, so here again you can see satellite networks are providing the affordable high-speed broadband services to the million of the users around the globe. Then again here this I want to show you, reaching the global beyond the terrestrial 5G. So this is also one of the thing beyond the 5G. We are going for the another things, like we are going to see the Jupiter system. We are going to see the sun system. We are going to explore the space research. That is also one of a very big achievement when we talk about these applications. So these are some of the applications. So the main thing I wanted to tell you all these students in this particular lecture is that when we talk about the application of the satellite communication or satellite system, it is huge. Everywhere it is using. So we are using this into the many of the places. That's why it's very important for us to understand how this satellite will work. Okay, so let me stop this class here. In the next class, we are going to talk a little bit about the Kepler's law and orbits and everything. So let me stop here. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.